Remember, each bush has its own personality. Each one's a individual. They're like people. Just however many of them you want. However many. And work in layers, just like with the little trees in the background. Tell you what, maybe there's a little bit of snow laying on the ground right there. Just let that snow break that oval. See there? Isn't that pretty? And you can do it. You really can do it. A little more of the liquid white, titanium white, a little touch of the bright red, and then a little bush or two that comes down right onto the path. Just like so. And shoot, let's have some fun here. Let's go right here, and maybe there's a happy little fence stuck down here. See, just take the knife, a little brown, drop him in. Decide how many posts are on your fence. Like that. Put a little touch of snow on the top of each one. Come across, a little paint.
Smash in some stuff and make it curve around. That's all there is to it. And then with a dirty brush and whatever color's on it, throw in some highlights. Make sure you stay in that curve. And maybe to finish it off, just a few sticks.
Okay, as these curtains or these lights are going to be, and just begin tapping. See, all I'm doing is just tapping and tapping the color in, and make your basic shapes. Just very basic shapes. And put a little more paint where you want it to be a little brighter. And we have one coming right across here. And I'm just tapping titanium white on there. Sometimes there's little ridges and they bounce around, and there it comes. See, just right on around. Right on around. And maybe we'll have 3 layers of lights in this painting. And you can have as many as you want or as few as you want. It's up to you. Up to you. Now then. Now then. This is where the fun starts. Let's take a 1-inch brush. And I'm going to begin grabbing this and lifting it upward. Just grab it and pop it. Just pop it up. Okay? There we go. Now already you can see it begin picking up some of the different colors. And here, like so. Let's grab this one, lift it up. Boy, Johnny Horton wrote a beautiful song about Northern Lights. Northern Lights were running wild in the land of the midnight sun. And I lived there for over a dozen years, and that has to be one of the prettiest countries in the world. God was really having a good day when he made Alaska. Now then, I'm going to take the 2-inch brush and go all the way through this and lift up, all the way through. Follow the same angles, all the way. Look at that. There you go, and you can pull these as high as you want them. And some parts of the country, they don't see a lot of color in Northern Lights. They see maybe only whites or yellows, and you can do yours that way. Where I lived, right outside of Fairbanks in a little town called North Pole, sometimes we would see lights in every color in the rainbow. So that makes it a little more interesting. So I figured if I did a bunch of colors, you'd find your color in here somewhere. Okay, see now right in here, this is where the crimson was, and you have sort of a lavender feel in here, and blue in here. Over here, there's a little phthalo green mixing with a phthalo blue. Makes some beautiful, beautiful colors in the sky. So let's wash the old brush. Give it a shake. Just beat the devil out of it. And no painting of Alaska would be complete without an almighty mountain. Take a little bit of black, a little bit of phthalo blue. We'll even put a little Van Dyke brown in there. Very dark. Pull it out flat, cut across, get that little roll of paint right on the edge of the knife. Okay, let's go up here. You have to make a big decision. Where does your mountain live? Maybe right there. Takes very little paint because the canvas is already black. There, see? Put little bumps and hills and valleys, whatever you want in your mountain. Just drop it in there. Like so. And scrape off all the excess paint. You really, really can't scrape too hard. Then we'll take a large brush, grab it, and pull. This just basically removes excess paint. The more of this paint that you can get off, the easier the next layer is to stick. So take off all of it that you can get off. This is also an excellent way using brush strokes to begin laying out your highlights and shadows. See? See how you can pull all kinds of effects there? Maybe you want to see. And you're not committed. You can just keep changing this and playing with it. Maybe you want a little shadow. You can see there. So it's that easy to find out how your highlights and shadows will look in there. Pull it through, or you can just keep going till you spend all day just playing there. Okay. Now then, let's use our old knife. We'll go into titanium white and a little bit of blue. Just a small amount of blue. There, just enough to tin it good. Pull it out very flat, as flat as you can get it. Get tough with it. And come across, get that little roll of paint right down to the edge of the knife. Okay, let's go back up here. Now then, let's have some snow just coming right down the side of this mountain. Wherever you want it to go. No pressure. No pressure at all. Just let it flow. You want that paint to break. Want all these little holes left in it. There you go. See it? And you can wiggle that knife and cause all kinds of little effects to happen. Let it go. Okay, right up here on the top, we want a little bit of snow right up here. There. It comes right down. Maybe it joins together. You have to make big decisions here. There we go. Okay, now maybe there's some light striking right over here on that little ridge. Let's begin with our shadows. For the shadows, we'll take the blue and the white, mix it together. Like so. No pressure. No pressure. Just let it barely caress the canvas. And just begin laying in all kinds of little things. Anywhere you want a little ridge, just drop it in. This is your painting, your world. And you can do anything that you want here. A little bit right back here. See? Now we can take this one and pull it distinctly through, and it pushes that one right back. Did you know you had that kind of power? Could you push mountains around? Boy, when I go home, the only thing I can push around is a chair, but here I can push around anything. Mountains and trees and rivers. There we go. We'll put a happy little peak right up there. Right up there. Now we're using a very firm paint here. We want this paint to be as firm as possible. Look at that. Okay, now see this little point here, it needs to have its own private shadow. And if it doesn't have its own shadow, then it won't stand out like an individual. And you can just bounce it back and forth here and play. Shoot, look at there. Maybe there's another one that lives right there. As many or as few as you want in your world. This is your creation. But each one of them, see here, now once again, right here, we need to have another shadow. See? There we go. And all the time, this is mixing with that beautiful color that's underneath. It allows all kinds of, again. Now let's pick out individual little bushes and stuff that live in here. You don't have to push hard. Do one little bush at a time. He's your friend. take care of him. Vary the color a little bit here and there, a little bit of the yellow ochre sometime, just to change the flavor. There we go. See, one little bush at a time though. Think about these little rascals, they're your friends. In a painting, these create depth. So take care of them. You want them to work well. There. You can put a little bit, and let me say that again, a little bit of paint thinner on your brush and go into color if you don't want to change the value, because the liquid white, since it is white, needless to say, will change the value a little bit. It'll make the paint brighter and a little lighter. A little paint thinner will just keep it the same, only make it thinner. Okay. Maybe, I tell you, I know. Let's take a little Van Dyke Brown, a little dark sienna mixed together. Let's have a little path. You need a way to get up in here to put your canoe in the water to catch that trout. Make up little stories when you paint. It really helps. If you know in your mind what this world is like, then it's more personal to you. You have a better time when you paint. And painting should be relaxing. It should take you to a world where there's no worries, there's no hassles. A little brown and white, just barely touch, just graze, just like you were laying snow on the mountain. There, see there? Now we have a little path. Now we want to set that path down into the painting. Take and put some bushes that come right over the path. See how that pushes it right down in there? We don't know where it goes back here. We don't care where it goes. It's just a happy little path that takes us back into a part of our painting that's very special to us. There. Something about like that. See, wherever you want them. All kinds of little doers live back in here. There we are. Now we can come back, take our knife,